Hey lovelies, my name is Ari. I'm a trans female. I am from Bergen County, New Jersey, and I am going to talk about transitioning from male to female without the use of hormone replacement therapy and why I chose to go that route. Um, I also want to talk a little bit about the LGBTQ culture and what it's like for not only trans, but let's talk about drag and let's talk about effeminate men. There's a lot we could talk about, but basically, my story is this. I started out doing drag, doing shows. It led to, I was always an effeminate boy, always very girly, screaming queen, if you will. And as most of you who are in this gay community know, um, being a feminine gay male is really not that accepted. It's kind of like a subculture and a subculture. So let's go a little bit deeper. Effeminate, and then you do drag. So then now you're a subculture and a subculture and a subculture. But now let's talk about being trans. So now we're three deep into a subculture who really doesn't want us, from my experience. Um, Gay men who are masculine, who are not effeminate, believe from my many years of experience that when people see effeminate gay men, they judge the entire gay community and say all gay men must be like that because this man is effeminate, screaming queen, if you will. So it's difficult. As a rule, drag shows are more enjoyed by the non-gay attendees. Don't get me wrong, there are definitely a lot of gay men who enjoy a good drag show, but not too many. Not too many. I remember, I think 2 years ago in the Pride Parade, I believe it was in New York State, they asked anybody who was not trans to not dress for the parade because their fear was being categorizing the rest of the gay men by having drag queens in this parade. And this was 2 summers ago, I believe. So I've been wanting to transition for many years, but just did not have the money. I have a scheduled surgery for February 4th for a breast augmentation, and I'm really excited about it. The reason, now, first of all, I'd also like to say that I'm pushing 50. And the reason that it's taken me so long is because I gave other people's thoughts too much weight. The people that are close to me, I wanted them to support me. I wanted them to say, great, go for it, and they didn't. And because they didn't, I suppressed it. And because I suppressed it, it led to many unhappy years of cross-dressing. And if you're a cross-dresser, or you live this lifestyle, it comes with it. Especially for us seasoned queens. So I searched for a plastic surgeon who would do work with me and not be on hormone replacement therapy, which is difficult because there's not a ton of skin. But from what I've seen, technology has come a long way and the possibilities are kind of endless. The scary part of it is you don't know what you're going to wake up with. It's, in my case, it's from between 400 and 650 milliliters of silicone, but I won't know until I wake up. So I am putting my life in this plastic surgeon's hand. And I am praying that I wake up with exactly what I'm looking for. I also don't know any other trans women. Go figure. I've never met, well, actually, that's not true. The other day I met a trans female for the first time. But in all my life, I've never known another trans female. I know 2 trans men, but I didn't have anybody to really talk to about being trans and the issues that come up and the little hints and hacks and things that we all need to learn to live, you know, in a society where we're hopefully, you know, they say you don't have to be passable as long as you're happy, but personally, I strive to be passable. I think my first hint to somebody who's starting to transition, who has done drag, is the makeup. I always wore really, really, really heavy makeup and dark. And I would go to work at 9 o'clock in the morning looking like I was ready for the club at 2 a.m. and thought that, well, I'm trans and this is the way that I'm presenting myself. And so many people would say to me, you wear way too much makeup. But I was really, really guarded about it because I only knew how to do drag makeup. I wasn't familiar with any other kind, so I was really defensive. Once I kind of sat with the idea of lighter makeup and learning that trans and drag are not the same, and that maybe that seems normal or like, duh, yeah, to you, but it didn't to me. I didn't get it. I just knew what I was and didn't really put a label on it. I do today. I identify as she. You know, it took a long time for me when someone asked, what are your pronouns? I always was like, well, kind of whatever you want, because it changes every day, and sometimes I'm this, and sometimes I'm that. No. She, her, thank you. Thank you. So I want to be just really honest and say I'm scared to death. My procedure is in 16 days, and it's just so scary to put your appearance in the hands of a doctor who comes well recommended, who has experience with trans females. It's just the unknown. But I guess anything in life that you're scared about or unsure about, anything that is good doesn't come easy. So this definitely hasn't come easy. I'm lucky that I have some support. And the support that I'm getting, honestly, are from girls that I went to high school with that graduated like 3 years before me or after me. No, excuse me, before me. So they're girls that I didn't really have relationships with. I just think they saw how I was treated, which was never good in high school. And so I think they're trying to kind of make up for lost time and show me that there still are good people in the world. And I hope that's true. So I think I can do a bunch of other videos. I think that a makeup tutorial would be fabulous because I don't use typical products for typical things. I have kind of taken what I've seen from tutorials and made them my own. You know, when I do the light under my eyes, it's not this big triangle. Just some little hints. So I don't really want to go on and on and on. But if there's anybody that has any requests for videos, anything you'd like to know, anything I can help you with. If there are any trans females out there that don't know any other trans females, know that your girl Ari is right here. Like, subscribe. We can be friends. We can go back and forth. We can, you know, bring the tea all day long. We can talk about whatever, because it's an honest back and forth with like-minded people. I'm just wanting to reach a large audience because I have a lot to offer and I have lots of stories. So maybe I could one of these days tell some stories. I have some fabulous stories. A lot of fun years. So I think for now, the bottom line is you can transition without the hormone replacement therapy. The reason that I chose not to go that route, a couple of reasons. It didn't fulfill the needs that I have. If it would have removed all the hair, changed the voice, blah, 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 maybe. If my would still work, maybe. But I want my to work. And honestly, I take some other medications, and I think estrogen would make me a loon, because I'm already a wacko, but I think estrogen would just put it over the top. So, I am hoping to gain a following and continue a discussion that is important, a discussion that trans females and trans men, non-binary, binary, whatever you are, we should all be welcome in our circle. GLBTQ, whatever, if there are more letters, I don't know. But it's not like that because there's a lot of hate in our own communities, and that's the truth. People might not want to admit it, but I'm here to tell you it's true. I've never been like everybody else. I've always been a bit different, and I'm okay with that. I'm finally okay with me. I'm finally just giving it all to God, all my worries, all my questions, all the things that I can't explain. We should have a video about that. Actually, I think that's next. That's what I'm gonna do. Things I can't explain. Coming up next. So anyway, guys, I hope to hear from you soon. Drop me some messages. Like, subscribe. Tell me what you want to hear, what you want to see, and we'll do that. Maybe we can do a Facebook Live, get a whole bunch of people on it. I am Ari Kleber, ARIEKLEBER on Facebook. I am controlled_ by the polls on Instagram. And here I am on YouTube, in your living room, soon to be worldwide. Peace, love, and hair grease, people. We'll talk real soon.